Hello friends, in our previous lecture we have studied chapter number 3 of accountancy, that is goods and service tax. Due to unit test 2 or 3 lectures were not there, but today itself again we are starting our lecture. Our lecture is uploaded in the evening itself, so spend some time and attend our lectures, and if it is possible then write the classwork on the same day itself, and if it is not possible then watch it after 1 or 2 or 3 days. Okay, but I don't think that there is so much of preparation time, and you all don't have time. You all have enough time to prepare for the unit test and attend my lecture also. So today we are starting our lecture. Okay, now we are, as I said, we will move towards the third chapter of statistics. There is method of measures of central tendency. Here we will learn mean and its types, median, mode, quartiles, percentiles, deciles, all that you have learned in standard 10th itself. Okay, so now we are starting this chapter. It is on page number 67, measures of central tendency. Now, what does this central tendency mean? Something is given, some introduction is given that we are seeing. The large volume of statistical data can be organized by classification and tabulation. This shows certain characteristics of given data. The diagrams and graphs for the data show its trends and patterns. It helps in visual interpretation and comparison of the data. We need more concise and numerical representation of data for further statistical analysis. Let us understand with an illustration. Okay, they are telling that in chapter number 1 we have seen how to collect the data and how to arrange. Now in chapter number 2 we have arranged the data. As in chapter number 1 we have collected the data. Now in chapter number 2 we learn to present the data through numericals, through quantitative, qualitative, through graphs, so that interpretation is possible. Now for proper and concise means to the point our interpretation, we need to calculate some measure. That is mean. Mean shows the average. Median shows the middlemost value, as you all know, and mode shows the most repeated observation. While these quartiles, deciles, percentiles, they will show accordingly the data we need to see. That is 25%, 50%. So after collecting the data, presenting in a proper form, if you need proper conclusions, then you need this thing. Here one illustration is given. Let us see. Page number 68. Suppose a person is planning his monthly budget. The expense on every commodity is variable, which changes according to the quantity consumed to the market price. Okay, suppose he wants to decide the amount to be spared for milk. He has the value of milk expenses in past 10 months. He wants a representative value for this data to provide the expenses in the milk budget. They are explaining that a person wants to make his monthly budget. How he will make? Very good example is given. He will see the consumption of the milk in his house in past time. Here it is given past 10 months. We can do 2 months, 3 months as per our need. And the price of the milk which is there, because it changes of 1 or 2 or 3 rupees. So now how to plan this budget? He will take average, and he will take average usage and average of price. He may decide that. A representative value of more than one set of data can be used for the comparison and further taking future decisions. If we calculate some data from it, then we can do for it future conclusions. Means what they are telling, a representative value of more than one set of data can be used for comparison and for taking future decisions. If you have taken, as you are given in the example, past 10 months data, that in first month you have consumed on an average 50 liters in a month, that's 55, then suppose 54, then 52. Then on that base you can take some average and you can decide for the future that how much liters will you consume. We will illustrate again for a following situation. Suppose a company wants to compare the sales of 2 products produced by it. The sales vary from day to day. Vary means change. The company has data about last 50 days. The pattern displayed by the sales of 2 products compared can be from the frequency distribution obtained from this data. But the company needs some more exact measures to describe the data of sales of two products for further conclusion and comparison. In most of the graphs drawn for various frequency distribution, one can observe a common pattern that the values of variable are concentrated around a certain value. They are taking about the comparison of two products. Suppose product A and product B. Produced by the same company. Now, which product is more useful or more profitable to the company? Company will take some data here. Suppose they are taking the data of last 50 days. Now they will compare that in first day, second day, third day, both the products, how much they are sold, what is its demand, what is its price, and how people like this thing or not like this thing. Some of the products which are very popular are very highly priced in the market because its price increases due to its demand. And there are some products whose demand is very less, so its price will fall, or discounts or many things will be given for it. So company can make a graph through its sales. Now that graph will show one average value, that average sales of a day is this much. So how can you know all these things, friends? The main thing is measures of central tendency. Any measure you take, mean, median, mode. If you want to draw some proper conclusions, if you want to come to a result, then you need to analyze, means you need to calculate it, and that our central tendency chapter will explain us. These characteristics of data is called central tendency, and the central value around which the values of variable concentrated is called measures of central tendency or average value. The average value thus can be taken a representative for all set of data. It is used for future analysis, interpretation and comparison. Now thus an average value presents the data in a concise form, shows special characteristics of data, helps in comparison between two or more sets of data. They are telling that whenever we are taking an average, means suppose we are having from 1 to 100. Now, which number is to be selected? First, we will take its average. Then we will see which is our favorite value, which is not our favorite value. In the same way, here also, what they are taking an average value is showing, presents the data in concise form, means it shows the characteristics of the data. Shows special characteristics. If any special characteristics is required, that also can be shown. Helps in comparison between two or more sets of data. We can compare, like we have compared the products. Okay, now page number 69. Characteristics of good measure of central tendency. Please tick that. It is important for the sums also and sometimes in the exams also. An average value with the following characteristics can be called an ideal, means proper value. Number one, it should be well defined and rigid. Rigid means it does not change according to the condition. It should be rigid, it should not change. Every time if it changes, then it is difficult for us also. So it should be well defined and it should be rigid. It should be easy to understand and calculate. The average which we are calculating should be very simple to calculate. Okay? It should be easy to understand and calculate. It should be based on all the observations. If you are drawing any conclusions from the data, then you use all the values. If some of the values are left over, then you cannot calculate proper average. Suppose if I am telling, if we are calculating mean, means percentage, our percentage, then we are having now 7 subjects. Maybe it is possible many of you do not like a single or one or two subject. Then if you are excluding that subject from your percentage, then your percentage will gradually increase, because due to that subject your percentage is going very down. So if you are excluding, your percentage will increase. So that is not your exact result, because that subject is also a part of your study. So if you are excluding that subject, your percentage will increase and sometimes your percentage will increase. So this is the main thing. If your favorite subject is not included in the marks of the board, then your percentage will decrease, because in your favorite subjects normally you are getting good marks. So your percentage, your average is increasing. Same way this measure is also showing that all the observations must be used. It should be suitable for future algebraic operations. Whenever we are calculating mean, now if any future calculation is required, then it must be possible. That we will learn in next chapters also, that after mean what we can calculate for the mean also. It should be a stable measure, means it should not change. It means that the value of average found for the different samples of the same size from the same population should be almost same, should not change so much. It should not be unduly affected by very large or very small observation. If any big value is included or any small value is excluded, then mean should not change so much. It can change but should not change so much. We will discuss the following measures of central tendency used in data analysis, that is mean, median and other positional averages, and last is mode. So these are our topics covered. Now first we are taking mean, arithmetic mean. Normal means arithmetic mean. This is one of the most commonly used averages. Now underline its meaning, which is given on page number 69. Arithmetic mean is defined as the value obtained by the sum of all the observations divided by the total number of observations. Arithmetic mean of variable x is denoted by x bar. So our first topic is about mean, and first we are taking normal mean, that is arithmetic mean. And what they are telling about the arithmetic mean, it is the sum of all the observations and it is divided by the number of observations, that is simply just an average, and that is our mean. Now friends, I need to clear one thing. In our text, the calculations are given of mean with shortcut method also. If you are using a digest, you will find that shortcut method itself in the digest. But let me say, calculator is allowed in standard 11th, and if the calculation is directly used calculator, then why we are going for the shortcut method? These shortcut methods are actually long-cut methods, because in standard 10th you are not allowed with your calculators. So you were using the assumed value for the means and you were finding the mean in that way. Illustrations are given like 10th standard only, that you calculate using shortcut method compulsorily. We are not telling compulsorily, but every year if any of the person is teaching, then he is following that same method. And students, if I am also using that simple method, then you all are, most of you are calculating through that shortcut method. Now the reason is simple, because it is given in digest. You are thinking that you are correct because it is given in digest, and we people who are teaching you the good method, the original method, you are considering that, sir, I don't know this, then that I don't want to discuss this thing now. But I may clear, and every year I have to clear this thing, that if the calculation is directly possible, why to use that shortcut method and waste your time? Time is money. Yesterday, okay, you have given the exam and you all have done the sums. How you have done that, I have not come to see that if you are copying and doing, and if you are doing properly. So this thing is to be understood, that method which I am giving is proper and it is to the point in the exam. So what the method I am using, it is compulsory for each and everyone to use. Now you are not with me, otherwise there will be some argument that why I am telling like this. Reason you will understand when you are attempting the exam. Okay, so now we are writing the formulas for this mean. Let us first write the name of the chapter. Take your notes. Chapter number 3, measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. In that we are taking arithmetic mean or a normal mean. Simply if we are telling mean, then also it is okay, or if we are calling it as an arithmetic mean, then also it is okay. Now friends, again I need to repeat one thing, that normally a data in the statistic is of 3 types. First is of raw data, where only observations are given. Second is the discrete data, where the values of x and the frequency is given. And third is the class, means continuous distribution, where the classes are given and the frequency is given. Now we need to learn the formulas for all that. So arithmetic mean, and in that formulas. Now first, for ungrouped in bracket row, for ungrouped or row data, x bar is equals to sigma x by n. What do you mean by sigma x? Sigma x means sum of all the observations, n means total number of observations. Okay, we are writing here. Where x bar is equals to mean, sigma x is equals to sum of all observations, observation in the short form OBS, and n is number of observations. Now number 2. For discrete and continuous data, formula is same for this discrete or this continuous data. X bar is equals to sigma fx upon n. See, I will not use the method of a plus sigma ft upon n. I will not use that, is shortcut, but actually it is longer, and no one should use that. That I am telling, okay? Yes, sigma fx divided by n, where x bar is mean, f is frequency, x is mid values. In discrete data directly x is given, but in continuous data mid value is there. N is number of observations is equals to sigma f. Okay, so this is the thing you have to remember. Only these formulas are to be used, no formula for t and a and that. Okay, directly we will use these formulas only, and it is compulsory. So you may write this thing. We will go for exercise 3.1. which is given on page number 78. Everyone come to page number 78. The weekly growths in centimeter in saplings grown in a nursery are 1.0, 3.2, 1.4, 1.9, 2.4, 1.6, 1.4, 2.1, 1.3, 1.5. Find the mean growth. Which type of data is this? Just simply the observations or ungrouped data is given. So this is ungrouped data. For ungrouped data, the formula is sigma x upon n, where sigma x means total of all the observations. So observations are given, we will take its total and we will divide by number of observations, and we will just find the value. Okay, so we are solving this. Now some of you may have questioned that whether this data is to be arranged in ascending or descending order. If you are arranging in ascending or descending, total will be same. So here it is not required. Where the arrangement is required, I will personally say. Okay, yes sir. So exercise 3.1. For that, sum number 1. So how we will write the data? First we are writing the data. Weekly growth in centimeter in saplings grown is 1.0, 3.2, 1.4, 1.9, 2.4, 1.6, 1.4, 2.1, 1.3, 1.5. Let us check the data. 1.0, 3.2, 1.4, 1.9, 2.4, 1.6, 1.4, 2.1, 1.3 and 1.5. Mean x bar is equals to sigma x upon n. So show all these values in the addition. Okay, as I am solving, everyone must solve 1.0 plus 3.2 plus 1.4 plus 1.9 plus 2.4 plus 1.6 plus 1.4 plus 2.1 plus 1.3 plus 1.5 divided by number of observations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 divided by number of observations 10. 1.0, 3.2, 1.4, 1.9, 2.4, 1.6, 1.4, 2.1, 1.3, 1.5 is 17.8 divided by 10. Let us check it once more. 1.0, 3.2, 1.4, 1.9, 2.4, 1.6, 1.4, 2.1, 1.3, 1.5 is 17.8 divided by 10, 1.78. Now all these mean, median are written with its units. Unit is given in the question itself, centimeter. If you are not writing centimeter at the back, half marks will be cut for it. Centimeter. And what is the answer? X bar. X bar is our answer. So X bar is equals to 1.78 centimeter. It should be highlighted with this box. Okay. In such a way you need to write these answers. Friends, now you all are in standard 11. So your writing must be very clear. Okay. 1.78 centimeter. After that we will go for directly third sum. Second sum and fifth sum we will solve at the last. Now we are going for the third sum. Okay. The following table gives the diameter in millimeter of different screws selected from a large consignment. Find the mean diameter. Okay, now the data is discrete. Why? Because tabulation is given and classes are not given. Directly the values is given. So first column is x, second column is frequency. Now friends, what is the formula first for discrete or for continuous? Sigma fx upon n. So sigma fx means first f and x should be multiplied and sigma means its total is to be taken. So which are the columns you can decide as per the formula itself. First the x column will be shown, then frequency f column will be shown. Two columns are given in question, we will show it. Now you need to calculate the mean. So what is the formula? Sigma fx. So f and x should be multiplied, a column is to be there, and its sigma means its total is to be taken. So sigma fx divided by n in the discrete and in continuous data, n means sigma f. So frequency column is there, we will take its total. So in such a way you need to decide. So sum number 3. Diameter of screw in millimeter and it is x. Number of screws, it is f. And now we need f into x, that is fx. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Now frequency 4, 10, 15, 8, 5, 3. Now friends, which column's total is required? We do not require total of x here. We require the total of f. So sigma f is equals to n is equals to, and we require total here sigma fx. If this thing also you are not writing sigma f and sigma fx, then also half marks will be cut. Okay, I will give all the sums with all the rules only. I will not solve any sum directly. So I require perfection. Okay, every people who have learned one standard with me will be knowing my rules. So you all are new for me, so you also learn the rules what I am telling. I require this thing every time. Directly I will not require the code. Okay, this is better for the formula. Whenever you are to use the formula fx by n, so we can know this is sigma fx. We can know this is n. These are 3 columns only, but sometimes we will have 10 columns. There are the sums which are having 10 columns. How will you decide what you have to write? So this is required in each and every sum. Understand? Okay? Yes. Now fx means multiplication of both this. So 30 multiplied 4 is 120. 35 into 10 is 350. Now 15 into 40 is 600. Use your calculator because in standard text you are not having the habit. Now use it. Whether you know or don't know, I was knowing this, but still I have done for avoiding the mistake. 45 multiplied 8 is 360. 50 into 5 is 250. And 55 into 3 is 165. Okay. Now total. 120, 350, 600, 360, 250, 165 is 1845. Let us take sigma f 4, 10, 15, 8, 5, 3, 45. Okay. Now we are doing the calculation of mean. Okay. Mean x bar is equals to sigma fx upon n. Sigma fx is 1845 divided by n is 45. 1845 divided by 45 is 41 and the unit is millimeter. Okay. Yes. Now we are going for the fourth sum. This was the third sum. Now going for the fourth sum. The marks in a test for a group of students are as follows. Find the mean marks of the students. Now this data is continuous because it has classes. Now don't worry whether it is inclusive or exclusive classes. Here you do not have to worry. Whether the classes are inclusive or whether it is exclusive, you have to take the mid value. Mid value is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Now friends, again the formula is fx upon n. Sigma fx upon n. So f column we will having because frequency is given. Now x column we will not be having, so first we require that x column and after that fx is possible. So just now x was given, f was given, we have drawn fx. But now class is given, frequency is given, so first of all mid value and then fx is done. Okay. Sum number 4. Marks is class. Number of students, it is f. Mid value, it is x, and finally fx. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Yes. 3, 5, 12, 16, 11, 5, 4. Now we will decide which columns total is required. Again, sigma fx. So sigma fx is equal. Divide by n. N means sigma f is equals to n is equals to. Okay. Now first of all, let us take the mid values. How to take the mid values? Lower plus upper by 2. So 0 plus 10 by 2 is 5. 10 plus 20 by 2 is 15. We will have a, because these classes are equal, we will have a gap of 10 10 only. Now 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. If you need, you can do with your calculators also. Now fx means f into x. 3 5s are 50, 15 5s are 75, 25 to 12 is 300. 35 to 16 is 560. 45 to 11 is 495. 55 to 5 is 275. And 65 to 4 is 260. Okay, let us take the total. 1575, 300, 560, 495, 275, 260, 1980, 3 5 12, 16 11, 5 4, 56. Okay, now let us calculate the mean. Mean x bar is equals to sigma fx upon n. 1980 divided by 56. 1980 divided by 56 is 35.36 marks. 35.36 marks. Okay, so we have completed number 1, 3 and 4. So that's all for today. Okay, now sum number 2 and 5 will be calculated at last, and tomorrow we will calculate first 6th one, 7th one, then 2nd one, then 5th one, because these both are different. Okay, so friends, that's all for today. Thank you so much.